Hello everyone. During this lesson, we will talk about strings, learn about the functions available for working with strings, and explore the topic of indexes and slices. When working with strings, it's important to understand that any string is essentially a list, where each element represents a specific character from the string itself. Let's verify this. Initially, I'll create a string with the value hello. Next, I would like to display a specific character from this string. To do this, I need to refer to the string itself, and then specify square brackets, inside which I indicate the index of the desired element. For example, if I want to display the letter E, I need to specify the index as 1 within the square brackets. Just like in lists, indexing starts from 0, so for the second element of our string, I specify the index as 1. If I run this now, we'll see that only a single character is displayed on the screen. So, when you understand that any string is a list consisting of multiple characters, you can use many of the methods we previously used with lists on these strings. For instance, if I need to count the number of elements in a string, we will use the same method we've previously learned, the len method. After executing this code, we will get the number 5 because that's the exact number of characters in our string. Apart from len, you can use various other methods. For example, the count method. Here, I'll specify that I want to find how many times the letter L appears in our string. If I run this, you'll indeed see the number 2. And if I pass a non-existing element, it will output 0. So, when working with strings, you have access to a multitude of functions available for regular lists. Additionally, beyond these list functions, Python offers many functions specifically designed for strings. Suppose I want the entire string to be displayed in uppercase. For this, I use a function like upper. If we execute this, we notice that all elements of our string have been converted to uppercase. Also, interestingly, there's a function called isUpper. This function will return either true or false depending on whether our entire string is in uppercase. In our case, since the entire string is in lowercase, this method returns false. However, there's also a function called ilower. This function will return true because all elements of our string are in lowercase. Additionally, there's the lower function itself, which converts the entire string to lowercase. To ensure this, let's enter some characters in uppercase and run the program to confirm that everything works. Another interesting function is capitalize. This function allows us to capitalize the first letter of any word while keeping the rest in lowercase. If we run this, we'll see that the letter H is in uppercase, and the letter E is in lowercase. Additionally, there's a function for finding a specific character in a string. This method is called find. This method takes one or several characters, and if such a character is found, it returns the index where the character is located in the console. Suppose I put the letter O in parentheses, and I get the number 4. The number 4 is the index of the element where the letter O is located. Apart from the find method, there's another method called split, which I'll discuss now. I often work with this method because it allows us to split a string based on a specific character. Let's say we don't just have a single word here, but rather a list where each element is separated by a comma. Currently, this list is just a regular string, and I want to split this string by the comma character so that we actually get a list with 3 elements. To split a string based on a specific character and get a list as a result, we can use the split method. Here, we specify only one parameter, which is the character we want to use to split the string. In our case, it's a comma. If I run this now, we'll see that we have created a list with 3 elements: football, basketball, and skate. Now, let's delve into the topic of indexes and slices, which can be applied to both strings and lists. Additionally, in the future, we'll explore tuples, dictionaries, and sets, where you can also apply indexes and slices. For now, we'll only focus on strings for examples since the principle remains the same. First, let's create a string. Here, I'll have something like football. Now, instead of just accessing a single character of the string, I want to display a sequence of characters. For this, we use slices. Slices essentially refer to accessing multiple indexes at once. To do this, we can write the following. First, we specify from which index we want to start taking elements. Let's say I want to start from the 0 index, which is the beginning of the string. Then, I use a colon to indicate until which index one want to take all these elements. Suppose I want to take 4 characters. Accordingly, it will be until the 4th index. If we run this now, we'll see that 4 characters are outputted. Thus, to display multiple elements at once, we can use slices. Here, we specify the starting element and the ending element. Now, suppose I want to select the last 4 elements, i.e., ball. In that case, we need to specify that we start from index 4, which means the first 4 elements will be skipped. Here's a trick. To indicate that the slice goes until the end of the string, we can simply omit the ending number. That is, we specify the starting number, then a colon, and close the square bracket. If I run this, I'll see that the remaining 4 elements of the string are displayed. Furthermore, in slices, you can use negative indexes. That's perfectly fine. For instance, if we specify the starting number as 1 and the ending as -1, it means that the program will output the word without the first and last letters. Additionally, there's another optional parameter in slices called step. To indicate this, you need to put another colon. If we don't specify it, it defaults to 1. Let's specify 2 as the step number, and in this case, we'll be skipping every other element. Again, you can specify the step or leave it out depending on your specific task. Well, our lesson is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new lessons. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.